Hannah was laid to rest this morning during a state-recognized funeral service at Bethel Baptist Church. The former senator, founding president of the National Congress of Trade Unions, and past president of the Bahamas Musicians and Entertainers Union, was hailed as a champion of rights, a musical legend, and a compassionate family man. And as Andrew Knowles tells us, he was a duke of great stature.
The curtain has closed on yet another great Bahamian, one who is described as a freedom fighter, patriot, and warrior. This morning, hundreds of Bahamians flooded Bethel Baptist Church to pay final respects to Leroy Duke Hannah, the man who has contributed so much to the development of the Bahamas as a well-traveled musician, respected trade unionist, and family man. A number of governmental officials, including Deputy to the Governor General Dame Marguerite Pinley, Prime Minister Perry Christie, and members of his cabinet and senators were in attendance. During his tribute, Prime Minister Perry Christie extended condolences on behalf of the country that has benefited immensely from his contributions.
We come here today not only in sorrow over Duke's passing, but also in celebration of a life of service that inspires us with its timeless lessons of heroism and sacrifice, lessons of compassion and courage, lessons of love and kindness. Leroy Duke Hannah led a life of consequence and of nobility of purpose. For that, we as a nation and as a people are forever in his debt.
It was a service of musical tributes, as a number of prominent Bahamian musicians rendered vocal and instrumental selections. A champion of rights, Mr. Hannah was lauded for his untiring work on behalf of workers.
Duke's acknowledgement of the value of people and the talent and culture of the youth of our country, and his desire to make a meaningful contribution to the development of his beloved Bahamaland, created a fire within his belly and led him to champion the cause against the blatant and unjust treatment of Bahamas musicians and entertainers in their struggle to earn a reasonable wage.
But above all, he was a family man, a role he took quite seriously.
Today I realize just how grateful we all are for having had the opportunity to have had him in our life for all these years. And we are most grateful for his loving my mother for all these years.
Mr. Hannah was buried in Lakeview Memorial Gardens. Andrew Knowles, ZNS News.
The Free National Movement's National General Council has appointed Deputy Chairman and former Carmichael candidate Darren Cash as the party's acting national chairman. Cash replaces former national chairman Mr. Charles Maynard, who passed away. The Free National Movement leader, Dr. Hubert Minnis, explains the process for selecting the acting chairman.
We had a council meeting last night. The Constitution allows for two deputy chairmen and a chairman. In the absence of chairman, one of the deputy chairmen would act, and therefore Mr. Darren Cash is the acting chairman. And we will have a formal electoral process by the council for a chairman as soon as possible. But he's acting chairman, and we'll have an election as soon as possible for the chairman.
Now, meantime, today, August 31st, marks the resignation coming into effect of former Prime Minister and Free National Movement leader Hubert Ingram from the House of Assembly. Now, Mr. Ingram has represented the North Abaco constituency in the House of Assembly since 1977, winning the seat 8 consecutive times. Dr. Minnis talks about Mr. Ingram's impact on the party.
The party would continue to do what it's been doing before. We knew that the resignation was coming. We knew that this day was inevitable, and we've been campaigning, and we'll continue to campaign. Ingram spent a lot of time in Abaco, and he would assist and do whatever is possible to ensure our victory. The feedback from residents is very favorable. We know that the PLP will have a lot of money, and we know that the PLP will try to flood Abaco with money, but we are there to offer good governance. And Abaco has played a pivotal role in 1992 in freedom of democracy, in that Mr. Ingram was our first F&M Prime Minister, and he was from Abaco, and he played a very, very vital role in freedom of democracy via the airwaves. Abaco played that role, and Abaco will play a role again.
Now, as the race between the Progressive Liberal Party's standard-bearer, Renardo Curry, and the Free National Movement's Greg Gomez in the North Abaco seat heats up, the PLP chairman, Mr. Bradley Roberts, says Curry is the best candidate to represent the needs of the area.
The question of the national plan and the party best suited to execute this plan were answered loud and clear on May the 7th. Shortly, the question of the best candidate to represent the needs of the people at the constituency level will be put before the people of North Abaco.
Now, the former Free National Movement leader, Mr. Hubert Ingham, again represented the North Abaco constituency since 1977. Mr. Roberts, however, says a new area can begin under Curry, whom he says is not only young and energetic, but a son of the soil, father and community leader who served at the local council level in North Abaco.
He is a youth leader and a role model who represents all that is good and positive about Abaconians, especially young Bahamian males in general. The people of Abaco and the Bahamas know Renardo Curry. He has articulated his vision for the continued development of Abaco, and the same is widely known through the expansive debate and critique in the public domain. This is in stark contrast to the candidate nominated by the FNM. Who is Greg Gomez? What does he believe in? What is his track record in the communities of North Abaco?
Meantime, Mr. Roberts says the PLP welcomes a debate between Renardo Curry and Greg Gomez on the future of North Abaco ahead of the by-election. The University of the Bahamas will reflect the same level of excellence in academics and scholarship that has marked the College of the Bahamas' 39-year evolution. That from officials, as the college is on the verge of a highly anticipated transition to university, which Prime Minister Christie vowed will happen by 2015. In his first public discussion about the future of the college, Council Chair Alfred Sears disclosed recently on the ZNS radio talk show Immediate Response the anticipated makeup of a university of the Bahamas. Sears said several colleges and institutes will likely make up the university, including a College of Agriculture, Marine Science and Technology in Andros, a College of Marine Studies in Grand Bahama, a College of Visual and Performing Literary and Recording Arts, and an Institute of Oral History, both here in the capital. Well, stay tuned. There's more news after the break.